Slayer.
If it continues to move, kill it harder.
Yep, whenever they have a sniper, that's what happens. They do not miss.
High caliber carnage. Active camo. Inbound. Active camo. Available. There's more where that came from.
Double kill.
In a hail of gunfire.
Killing spree.
Metal obtained. Fence closing.
Double kill.
Lead allergy confirmed. Enemy perforated.
Killing frenzy.
Damn.
Lead allergy confirmed.
Yep. They've definitely like the bots definitely play better right now than they did like when the game originally came out, that's for sure. What the? Okay. Ammo. Camo!
Active camo inbound.
Perfect.
Nades and everything. That's good though. Now if they made the strafing better, as far as how the bots go, instead of jumping like that, it'd be a lot more challenging, which would be a good thing. Definitely prep people for multiplayer.
In a hail.
Double kill.
S7 sniper available.
Damn!
Hostile plundered. from.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Is weak to bullets.
Yeah, so don't underestimate the bots, man. They're an excellent training tool. They've definitely helped a lot with my aim, but still need to...
Hail of gun.
I mean, granted, it takes me forever to warm up in Halo. But it's good getting there, though. Like, once you get there, it's like, boom. Like, the big part of the progress has been because of the bots, believe it or not.
There's more where that came from.
Double kill.
Splitgate 2. It's less than 2 weeks to go.
Inbound. In a hail of gunfire. Active camo available. Enemy perforated.
And I really hope Splitgate 2 just manages to capture the magic, because we need it.
With precision.
Double kill.
What's up, Nightfall? How's everything going with Fragpunk on your end? How's the console release been treating you? I know you play on PC, but did they fix the aim assist finally, or what?
Confirmed. Power items inbound.
And I know you only play ranked, which is like the same way I am with Halo. Like, I only play ranked in Halo. I don't play the social playlist, at least not in this particular Halo. So, what's up, Alan? I tried out the console version. It's optimized very well and gaining 200 FPS on Xbox. How? Xbox isn't capable of more than 120. How is it getting 200?
Praise you, glorious warrior.
That's what a show is probably not getting that. Yeah, you're probably, yeah. Once you, because you know, as you know, obviously you know this, but once you get to like 200, I'm sorry, once you get to 120 frames, you know, and then you beef it up to like 240 or something like that, there's a very minor difference that's like hardly noticeable. So being basically a PC port, yeah. I mean, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, because if you think about what the consoles are nowadays, they're just like, you know, portable PCs at this point in terms of what they're capable of doing. And me, I personally don't understand what the hate is towards the Xbox Series X, at least. I mean, the Series S I understand, but the X? I mean, that thing is a very, you know, the Series X is extremely, like, a very, very beefy console. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm playing on right now, you know, and it's never let me down. It's always been good to me. So
Available. High caliber carnage.
PC controller has full aim assist, that's good. But on PC they still haven't given us aim assist, but we do have a slowdown now over the enemy console. Aha!
Incoming.
Okay. Well, that's unfair. That's definitely... Nightfall also plays a ton of Fragpunk, so if there's... Like, if there's anybody that I know for sure knows, like, if there is a difference, it would be him, so... PC and console can't play ranked together? Go figure. Yeah, they should make it input-based. They need to make it input-based. Simple as that.
To bullets.
Double kill.
optimization is in order. Lead allergy confirmed.
Like right now, especially with the recent update for Halo Infinite that they did, Halo Infinite is getting some love. Like people are like, okay, now this game is where, like, well, granted it's been there for a while, but now they're like saying, okay, this is the Halo Infinite that we should have gotten within the first year after launch, if not at launch. You know, when you look at everything that this game has,
In a hail of gunfire.
like Forge in this game in particular is incredible for people that are capable of using it. Hey, what engine does Fragpunk use? Nightfall? I know you know this, which is why I'm asking.
Hostile plundered.
Unreal Engine 5? Okay, this is good because that's what Fragpunk is. I'm sorry, that's what Halo's gonna use, and that's what
5 minutes remaining.
that's what Splitgate 2 is using. So if Fragpunk is optimized very well, then I guess what the thing that people are saying about Unreal Engine 5 not being good for optimization as far as frames are concerned must be complete bullshit, right?
Killing spree.
Because when people heard about Unreal 5, they were like, uh-oh, not really good for FPS in terms of frames, which is obviously bullshit, you know, because
In a hail.
if Fragpunk is optimized very well, then that's all, you know. I would say so. I can run at a steady 2040 at 1440p in settings medium to high. Okay. All right. So that's good. That makes me happy because, you know, for everybody that's got a PC and that's invested in a PC, whether, you know, like myself included, you know, a few years ago when I got my PC, it's like, you know, it's nice to see that, you know, there are games out there that are being legitimately optimized because the PC, let's be real here, you know, PC is the best. It's the best version of any hardware out there, you know, unless it's severely dated. PC is the best platform to play on, and it's really heartbreaking if like there are games out there that are just not optimized for the hardware, you know what I mean? So in my experience with RoboCop and Oblivion Remaster, I've had to use FrameGen, DLSS and FrameGen. I mean, I don't know what those are, but
Double kill.
I'm sure there's going to be tons of stuff coming out in order to show people how to like maximize their frames and stuff. The good news is we got YouTube, so if there's anything like that people don't know how to do, it's like just look it up on video and you'll find it. You know?
Available.
Come on. Too close. It's upscaling without lowering the FPS. Okay.
Active camo inbound. Camo available.
Have you always been a controller player? Because so many of the PC community, well, I guess this is changing with the times to a certain degree, but and it also depends on what game you play. But you know, have you ever played it on mouse and keyboard, or does it just depend on the game that you're playing?
Confirmed. Enemy is weak to bullets.
Killing spree.
You played Among Us with mouse and keyboard, really?
Lead allergy confirmed.
Are you guys excited for Doom: The Dark Ages? Like the review embargo lifted today, so there's like all sorts of reviews coming out for it now, and so far it's being praised, which is good. I grew up with Sega and N64, so controllers natural for me for FPS games like Halo. Yep, same. I mean, I didn't I didn't get an N64 because I had to choose between that and PlayStation. I chose PlayStation from peer pressure, but I actually wanted an N64, so it is what it is. But I don't regret it though, because there's so many games that I wouldn't have, you know, been introduced to if it wasn't for that. So
Almost out of ammo, Spark. Enemy perforated.
fun fact, I actually owned every Sega console.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
Double kill.
Yeah, Eternal was great. All the Doom games have been great. You know, like if you look at right now what's on the Game Pass catalog and what's available for Game Pass, you know, Microsoft has definitely got a lot of shit going on.
Kill.
My dad bought the Saturn, only ever played Daytona. I remember Daytona. I think Daytona was the was one of the games that were on the demo disc. You guys remember the demo discs?
10 seconds.
There's where that came from.
Yep, the PlayStation demo disc as well. Do you remember which games were on your demo disc? Because as far as I know, I think everybody got different ones. I'm not sure, but like on my PlayStation demo disc, there was what was it? Metal Gear Solid 1, Medieval, Spyro the Dragon, Metal Gear Solid 1, Medieval, Spyro the Dragon. Shit, that's only 3 of the games. I don't remember what the other games were. I think there was a racing game. Let's see. Ooh, 85 kills for the first time. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, I have both of the Legacy of Kain games here on PC that have been remastered, so got to get to those eventually. Ah, you also had a WWF game in Gran Turismo. Nice. I had a GameCube demo disc. Really? I don't remember the GameCube having a demo disc, but hey, cool. I had a GameCube. That was actually the last Nintendo console I had, was a GameCube. And did I regret my purchase? Hell no. Especially since I got mine when I got mine at the time, it was before school started, and I had saved up a lot of work money from summer and went to the mall and everything. I mean, I saw a beautiful brand new black or silver GameCube for $100. I was like, yeah.
Kill everything that moves. If it continues to move, kill it harder.
So
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets. Active camo inbound.
let's admit it, man. Halo, I mean, Xbox owes their entire success to the Halo franchise, because Xbox wouldn't be around today if Halo didn't succeed the way it did. They needed a killer franchise in order to get people interested, and lo and behold, it was Halo. I mean, back in the day when Halo Combat Evolved was out, even people from the PC community were praising the game. They were like, it's that good. So and right now there's word going around that Halo is coming to PlayStation, which I'm all about. What do you guys think? You know, as people who grew up, you know, relatively, you know, within the same generation as me, like, what do you guys think about Halo coming to PlayStation? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? You know, what do you think? You're happy about it? You think it'll help give the franchise more longevity? You know, plus PlayStation players get to experience the game, you know? And we know there's people on the side of PlayStation that are going to absolutely fall in love with Halo. I think we need to stop splitting the gameplay community. Just games that way can be played on all platforms. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, like console exclusives, other than Nintendo, it's, you know, they're very, it's becoming less and less of a thing. Like, especially when you look at the PC side of things. Like, the best PlayStation games are coming out on PC, which is great.
Triple kill.
Yeah. Like, what, like, okay, let me ask you this, Nightfall. If Nintendo were to get their head out of their ass when it comes to that, right? Let's just say they decided to, you know, not go as exclusive as they are anymore. What games from Nintendo would you like to see, like, let's say, come to PC? Like what, Mario Party? Okay. Metroid Prime. I knew that was coming, Alan. I knew that was coming. Yeah, because Metroid Prime 4 looks really good, and all the Metroid Prime games are excellent. Yeah. Zelda, absolutely. 100%. Zelda, you know, like it or don't like it, Zelda's awesome. It's got such a rich history behind it. Oh, 4K Zelda games running at least 60 FPS or more? That is... Yeah, that's like, you know... Yeah, that would be amazing. That would absolutely be amazing. I agree. I would love to see something like that someday. I really would. Or if Ocarina of Time got like a complete remaster with all the bells and whistles, like that game would sell, you know, because that game is known to be like probably the most legendary Zelda game like ever, and every Zelda game, as far as I understand, has been good. So doing something like that would. Phew. I'm sure, Nightfall, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one. I know you're not the only one. Hell, I'm a person that didn't even have access to an N64, and I would love to wait for something like that. Yeah, if the best Nintendo games could eventually come to PC, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to see that happen personally. Last remake was on the 3DS with Majora's Mask. Yeah, Majora's Mask, I heard, is underrated, actually. I mean, a lot of people love Ocarina of Time, but there are some people out there that basically say, like, hey, don't underestimate, you know, Majora's Mask. So... because that was the era of the 3D platformer. But let me ask you, do you think eventually that Nintendo would do something like that? To where it's like, yeah, we're gonna put some of our stuff on PC? Majora's Mask was super, super good. Just as good as Ocarina, had so much unique and cool vibe, yeah. Also, what makes those games even better is that those games came out when we were kids, man. Back when there was like no responsibility, at least not like what we have today, you know? It got so much hate for a few reasons. One was the sequel, Ocarina of Time, felt shorter because it was only 4 main temples, and 2 and 3 didn't like the time aspect. Yeah, some people didn't like that.
Power item inbound.
Oh my gosh. That's a first. A bot fell off the map.
Came from. Lead allergy confirmed.
And GoldenEye was actually the game that, if you think about it, put console FPS on the map. I'm sure when Halo was being developed, somebody had played GoldenEye on the N64 and said, hey, we need to do this now. So...
There's more where that came from.
This is where I want to ask Purple that question. Do you think that Nintendo will ever bring some of their exclusives to PC like PlayStation? That would be really nice.
Confirmed.
I doubt it. Yeah. One can dream though, right? One can dream, one can hope, but as long as that dreaming doesn't drive you crazy.
Double kill. Perfect. Triple kill. Double kill. Killing spree. Kill-tacular. Kill-trocity.
Damn it. Once they bring those games to another platform, their console sales are done. That is true. Well, well, there's that too, yeah, but then there's the fact that they do the whole portable thing, so...
In a hail of gunfire.
Like, the thing is also, one thing you gotta remember is that, like, it sells really well for kids. Well, I know, but most people have... I think most people... Like, is a Switch 2 cheaper than a Steam Deck? Legit question. Is a Switch 2 cheaper than a Steam Deck? Wait a minute. So, okay, so a Steam Deck is cheaper than a Switch 2?
S7 Sniper inbound.
Yeah, a Steam Deck is cheaper than a Switch 2?
S7 Sniper available.
Or do I not? Or did I lose you for a second? Okay.
Combat grade.
Okay. Nightfall's gonna double check. Because if a Switch 2 is cheaper than a Steam Deck, then it's like, okay, well, you know, parents want to spend the least amount of possible, you know, to keep their kids occupied, and, you know, with the Nintendo portables, you know, Switch 2 reigns supreme. There we go.
With lethal.
The LCD 2015 is cheaper than the Switch 2. The question is, do parents know about the Steam Deck like the Switch 2? It's going to depend on the storage option you get. Gotcha. But I'm assuming the Steam Deck is capable of doing more than Switch 2? Yeah, parents know nothing about Steam Deck. That's the problem. And the fact that you can easily, like, if there's another kid that has a Switch, they can just link up. Yeah, it runs off of your Steam games, yeah. Oh yeah, if Nintendo... Can you imagine that if Nintendo titles went on Steam? Honestly, I mean... Shit. You know what's interesting this time about Nintendo is that when you look at ever since the GameCube days, ever since after the GameCube days, right? We had the Wii, then we had the Wii U, and then now we have the Switch, and now we just have the Switch 2. So it's like there's no interesting new gimmick with Nintendo this time around, because Nintendo has always done something interesting with their gimmick. Now it's like there's no gimmick. It's just a more advanced Switch console.
Enemy perforated. S7 Sniper available.
Perfect.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
That's what I think. I think
Double kill.
that's the thing. It's like the, you know, with the Switch, you can just, kids can just link up and play Mario Kart wirelessly.
High caliber carnage.
Perfect. Double kill.
Is in order.
It's hard to imagine what sort of new territory or ideas are left in a video game. That's true. That's true. As far as like how you can actually play the games. Yep, that's true. Other than virtual reality.
Double kill.
But we're definitely not there yet.
Minute remaining.
There's definitely some cool 90s movies, video game movies that you would find on YouTube as well. One of them is called Arcade. It's a rated R. It's a rated R film. I think it's rated R. And then there's another one called Evolver. And they're both horror movies, but they're based off of video games. They're really cool. Have you guys ever heard of those? Alan, I think you might. You might have heard of them, if I remember your age.
Lead out.
Okay, so you can actually find it here on. You can actually find it on YouTube. You're 35. Okay, then you're 5 years younger than me. So these are within our time. One of them is called Arcade. I think it came out in 1993. And then there's another one called Evolver. So the Arcade is all about this virtual reality video game that a company came out with, but the game itself, like what they obviously didn't know was that if you lost a game, the game would like take your soul and you would be taken for real. And then the other one, Evolver, was a neighborhood kid was in this, competition. It was a virtual reality game competition, but it was for a home version of the game itself. Not a virtual reality version, but like they would get like this, real life thing that they would play with around the house. And the machine ended up, it was originally developed for the military, but the machine ended up like killing people for real because it was a machine, didn't know, blah, blah, blah. So that was kind of interesting. So, and they were both made in the 90s. So if you look up on YouTube, Evolver 1993 or Arcade Movie 1993, you'll find it. As a matter of fact, I'll see if I can find it. Oh yeah, you definitely will. I think you'll love it. Same thing goes with you, Nightfall. I think you'll love it too. Like those movies were actually pretty cool. Arcade, I think, was the first one I saw. And then after that, oh, by the way, Arcade, the voice of the Arcade itself sounds very similar to the Killer Instinct announcer, which is what it reminded me of. So I thought that was cool.
Inbound.
So, and lo and behold, the one guy who knows about who developed these machines, in the movies, is actually in both of the movies. So, I'm gonna after this thing, I'm gonna look for the link and see which one it is, because it's on here on YouTube. You can find it. That's where I've seen it. I don't know if they've ever had them in the in any of the streaming services, though. I'm not sure. But you can buy them really cheap from Amazon too.
Lead out.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. You know, back then, and I was a kid when those things came out, so I thought it was really cool. And every once in a while, like on a Friday or something like that, I'd find it on TV somewhere, or maybe I don't know if it was ever on HBO or anything else, but I enjoyed watching those. Really liked the premise, you know. As a kid who's definitely into video games, I thought that was a really cool premise. You know, because you know games are taking off when there's movies like that coming out, you know. And when it comes to like some 90s style movies, you know, they really have a special flavor to them, if you know what I mean. So all right, game is getting good. What's up, RMD? How's it going, brother?
Active camo inbound.
Killing spree.
So if any of you guys can get in a DeLorean and go 88 miles an hour and go back in time, but you were only limited to changing one thing from your childhood, what would that be?
There's more where that came from.
Yeah, the 90s were an interesting time, man.
S7 sniper inbound.
Double kill.
Raid. Blue Glorious Warrior.
Killing spree.
S7 available.
Double kill.
I'd go back to 2001, not sell my N64. That's funny.
Hostile plunder.
Damn it. Sold it for like $25 and Jim. Oh man. Question is, what did you do with that $25?
Double kill.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
Perfect. Killing spree. Perfect.
Combat grade. Excellent. In a hail of
Junk food likely.
lead allergy. Confirmed.
Maybe a PS2 game or something. Gotcha.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets. Almost out of ammo. Active camo inbound.
Frenzy.
Shit. The PS2 console was very prestigious back in the day. People were anticipating PS2 like crazy. Then Xbox came out of nowhere.
In a hail of gunfire.
Perfect. Double kill.
That's right. PlayStation had DVD and then PlayStation 3 had Blu-ray. That's right.
Killing spree.
Ah, the good old days, man. The good old days.
Sniper available.
Perfect. Perfect. Double kill. Triple kill.
If only I could express emotion.
Damn it. My rank placement matches were super sweaty. I debuted at Gold 4. Oh, you're talking about this game? Yeah. I don't know if the game even debuts you at higher than Plat 6.
Perfect. Active camo. Lead allergy confirmed. Active camo available.
Oh, damn, I missed that second shot. I used to average diamond. You know, I was a mid-tier diamond player back in before X Defiant. So, but I always solo queued though. That's the thing. If you solo queue, it's just not happening.
In a hail of gunfire.
Netanyahu's and 7 others want to be friends. Ah! Shit! Get me out of there! Where are you?
Weak to bullets.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah, D5 or D6 would be very nice.
There's more where that came from.
So, Unreal Engine 5 is supposed to be easier to develop games for? Did I hear that right from somebody? Like, don't remember. I mean, obviously that's one of the reasons why Halo went into UE5.
Incoming.
I assume it's easier than current split space engine for use for yeah. Didn't X Defiant use slip space, or is it just another? Or am I confused?
Lead allergy confirmed. A commendation is in.
Oh, Snowdrop, gotcha.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Enemy perforated.
Damn. Ooh, 70 kills with 4 minutes? Might get really close to 100, if not 100.
Lead allergy confirmed.
Double kill.
enemy is weak to bullets.
Damn. Does anyone still play X Defiant? Yeah. I'm sure they do.
S7 sniper available. Enemy perforated. Active camo available. With lethal precision. Lead alley.
Double kill.
Accolade secured.
Killing spree.
Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that haven't played since the Sunset announcement.
Double kill. Perfect.
More where that came from.
One minute remaining. Killing frenzy. Double kill.
Come on. Oh, I could have done better.
30 seconds remaining.
Hostile plundered.
Double kill. 10 seconds. Perfect. Double kill. Victory.
Ugh. Nine or so. Yep, 9 kills from completing the challenge, but that's okay. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. When you compare last week to this week, we're getting closer. We're getting more consistent. All right, I think we are ready to start playing. But first, I gotta find you guys that link. I gotta find you guys that link. Let's see. Let's see. I found the trailer. Oh, here we go. There's actually 2 links, one right above and the other one right below. So, copy link address. What's up, Quiet? Okay, so that's Arcade. Halo LAN event coming in May 23rd, 25th. Oh, you mean for in your area? All right, let's see. Let's look at let's look for Evolver. Oh, you can actually watch it with stars. It's actually in stars. And this one here appears to be, I think this is it right here for Evolver. So, yep. Let's see. Where are you? Copy link address. And this is, that's Evolver. So those are two cool movies that you guys like. I think I saw this movie on Cinemax back in the day. What the hell? Yeah, that's the first one is Arcade, and then the other one's Evolver. They're both video game movies from back in the 90s that I thought were cool as a kid. Yes, time certainly does. We were really young kids back in the day, man. Like if I ever saw one of these movies on a Friday, that would be like the ultimate, you know, because you come home back from school and it's Friday night. You know, you got the entire weekend ahead of you, and then you run into this movie, it's like, oh, that's awesome. You know? You make like a nice homemade pizza or something, or, you know, Tostino's pizza, and watch that shit. Yeah. Bagel bites, perhaps? Yeah, that's another one I would say. Egg rolls, yep. Back then, processed foods were not as processed as they are today, I guess. But yeah, if you could get takeout, I mean, hell, back in that day, Quiet Sunday, Pizza Hut was good. Think about that for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. The wait time is about as bad as X Defiance is now. Well, this is ranked and it's freaking almost 2:30 in the morning, so this is ranked, so this isn't social, this is ranked. I was getting matches pretty quick about an hour ago, really. Must be the East Coast server thing, I don't know. And I heard from somewhere that ranked is actually the most popular what's it called? Ranked is the most popular game mode in the game. Ugh. There we go. Like if it takes way too long to find a match, just reset, you know, just cancel search and then research again, and then usually that does the trick.
Capture the flag.
All right. Huh!
Explosives successfully deployed.
Hail Mary.
Enemy perforated. Lead allergy confirmed.
I need to treat this no different than when I'm shooting bots. I just need to be calm, cool, and collected. That's all.
Our team took the enemy flag.
Good shit, teammate. Damn it.
There's more where that came from.
We've lost a teammate.
The flag is ours. We must secure it.
Really? Teammates. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright.
Enemy flag returned.
Mm-hmm.
Enemy captured your flag.
Oh, wow.
41 sank
That was a quick cap.
down. Available.
Really? Thank you. About to say.
S7 sniper inbound. S7 sniper available. An ally took their flag. In a hail.
Another one down.
They've taken our flag. Enemy flag carrier spotted.
Killing spree.
Ha ha ha! Return the flag. Oh yeah, this is a Halo 5 map.
Captured.
Any Halo 5 map that makes it into this game is a good map. For competitive, at least. Damn it.
Our team took the enemy flag. Enemy flag carrier revealed.
Perfect.
Damn it.
M41 Spanker available. Enemy perforated.
Off the rack.
Enemy carrier revealed.
Can't believe that shit didn't work. Really? Oh, there's another guy behind me.
Take cover.
Sniper inbound. X7 Sniper available.
Shit.
Taking cover.
Where?
Enemy flag returned. Flag returned.
They have our flag. Enemy flag carrier spotted.
Flag returned.
Where did he go? Where did he go? He below me? No. Shit.
Remaining.
Damn it. Sometimes I feel like everybody can shoot perfect in this game and I can't.
M41 Spanker inbound.
Enemy shields down.
Nice try, buddy.
Spartan down.
What's up, Angel Malaconda? Maldon? What the? Damn it.
Flag captured.
Still a lot of players in this game. I'm thinking of going back to Halo. There are, but I mean, it's interesting though, because I mean, yes and no, but you're still. I don't play social, so I couldn't really tell you from personal experience. But I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning here, and I'm able to find games in ranked. So sometimes it takes forever, but for the most part, it's fine. You know, it is ranked, so the playlist is the search is more limited, but. Yeah, I mean, people have recently been praising Halo Infinite right now, you know, because of, you know, the recent update and people seem to really like it, so. Will you be playing Splitgate when a game comes out? Yeah, I will.
King of the hill.
That's the plan.
Hill incoming.
Embrace tyranny. Seize and control the hill.
Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill.
Active camo here. Sniper.
Active camo. Inbound.
One of my teammates AFK.
Available.
Yep. One of my teammates are definitely AFK.
Enemy team took the hill.
Oh shit. Sorry about that. Back B. Back at a hill.
Confirmed. The enemy is
Double kill.
Enemy shields down.
Hill control.
Enemy there.
Oh.
Your team about to
You mean the alpha? Beta hasn't come out yet.
Shields are down.
Your team scored. Hill incoming. Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill. Hill controlled.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much saying good things about it, so that's... What the fuck? I hate that shit. Can't... Anybody else want to get in the hill other than me? Yeah, it's gonna go straight into release, which is good.
Your team about to score.
active camo. Available.
What's interesting is I wonder what they've changed from alpha to beta.
Enemy team took the hill.
Lethal precision.
Hill control.
S7 sniper. Inbound. S7 sniper. Available.
Another one down.
A remake of the trilogy? I'm not sure.
Enemy team took the hill.
Hell, get her to hell, dude.
A remake of the new trilogy? I don't think so, but I think they are. But they are releasing it on PlayStation. That I do know. Eventually. I mean, at least that's what the rumors say. Fuck.
Shot her to hell.
Enemy about to score.
Translocator incoming.
Enemy team scored. Hill
What the
incoming.
fuck? How do we choke?
Hill
Who's that?
ready.
Wow. That's fucking wild.
Quantum translocator available.
Hill control.
Above us. Target spotted. Enemy shields down.
your team about to score?
Active camo.
Wow. Shit. I hear that there's going to be a battle pass and more maps and game modes and guns. I mean, they just released an update now on Halo Infinite, so... Oh, you're talking about Splitgate 2?
Behind you.
There probably will be. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, so...
Active camo's out. Stay alert.
Kill control. Enemy team took
Right.
the hill.
Enemy Spartan has active camo. Oh, close. Spartan down. Taking cover.
Hill control.
Lead allergy confirmed.
Use some help over here.
Power items available.
Get rid of the hill, dude.
Enemy team took the hill. Hill control.
Where? Got a sniper, go figure.
Enemy team took the hill. Hill control. Your team about to score.
Keep your head down.
Enemy team took the hill.
One shot back there. So
Yeah, I think Splitgate 2 is...
Enemy about to score.
I think Splitgate 2 is going to play its cards right, but it's a big factor in the game's success is obviously how the community is going to take it. So,
Hill ready. Hill control.
Active camo inbound. Active camo available.
Visible bogey on the field.
Enemy team took the hill.
Translocator inbound.
Enemy Spartan.
Translocator available.
Hill
come on.
nearing victory.
Yeah, I think the game itself is going to be done right by the devs. That's the good part, but again, it's the community. More than anything else, it's the community.
go, boys.
All right, almost out of plat 4. I mean, I really love how, you know, the Splitgate community seems to be very very optimistic and very passionate about the game. So, and from all the videos I've seen, universally, everyone says that Splitgate 2 is definitely an improvement over Splitgate 1 in pretty much every single way. If not almost every single way. So, I don't know how I feel about certain weapons being tied to certain factions. I don't know how I feel about that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it depends on the game mode that you play. I'm not sure. Because for me personally, I would love it to where you know, anybody can use pretty much any weapon. What are my thoughts on Halo going on Unreal Engine? If it gets to the point to where it's given love, like for instance, you know, Fragpunk seems to be optimized very well according to Nightfall, who was here earlier, who plays the game like there's no tomorrow. And then what other game is on Unreal Engine 5 that we were talking about? Splitgate 2 is also on Unreal Engine 5. So if it's optimized properly, then it's good. You know, if it makes the job easier for the developers to make the game, then I'm all for it. You know, Unreal Engine 5 has been out for, you know, it's nothing new now like it used to be. So now that the developers are more familiar with the engine, it gives them the opportunity to develop and optimize games better than what it did when the engine originally came out in. So I'm optimistic about it, because one of the problems with Halo Infinite was the engine itself. It was a combination of two things. It was the engine, and then it was also the fact that a lot of the devs on the team were only contracted for 18 months, and then because that's how Microsoft did things. And they took 6 months to learn the engine, how to develop for it, and then develop for a year, and then they'd be out of a job. So they had to do a lot of rinsing and repeating with this game, and there was so much development time that was taken away from teaching people how to make the game. So that's what held Halo Infinite back. Halo Infinite, in about a year after release, would have been the way it is now if it wasn't for people having those 18-month contracts, as opposed to like just, you know, being a part of the team. So that's Microsoft's fault more than anything. And then obviously there were, you know, Halo Infinite also lost its original director, and I think it was because he was frustrated with the fact that, you know, of course you had the engine thing, and then on top of that, people would only, you know the game for 18 months, and then you had to teach it for them, which took 6 months, and, you know, it's like only a year, and then get rid of them, rinse and repeat, hire new devs, etc., go through the same song and dance. So,
Assault. Neutral bomb.
I mean, imagine working on a game for a year and a half and then having to start over again, teach a new group of people, year and a half, you know, etc., etc. So that was the problem with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite right now, like if it came out at the same time that it did, like if it didn't have those problems, this game would have been this game would have been amazing.
Oh, right. By the tower, right?
Like in every single way.
Bomb taken.
Was in front of their base right here, under their armory or under their tower. There's one shot.
I'm planting.
Damn it.
Not planting.
There's two here.
Bomb
There's one here.
taken.
This guy's died. There's another
Yeah, I
one
was
top
right
of
there.
the
If I would've
base.
killed him, I
Top
would've got
center. One dead right now.
Fuck me.
One dead.
There you go.
So that's what happened with Halo. It was going under development hell, to say the least.
There we go.
Three dead, I think.
Plasma grenade acquired.
Our base on blue tower right now.
Bomb taken.
Right top.
There's a snipe down on our bomb.
Enemy there.
Under our tower, bottom of our tower, bottom of our tower. One on the bomb,
Bomb taken.
one dead. Two dead.
Our tower down.
We
got him.
Where
Guy,
that
this is
came
West.
from.
Bomb
Dead
taken.
right now. Top of their base, maybe. Front of their base.
Front of their
On their snipe break. Go on their snipe break right now.
Target spotted.
Top of their tower, go to their base.
In my sights.
On their two guys.
Their tower.
Oh fuck, come on.
Bombs
Yeah, so
Taken.
they're moving.
I mean, this game could have been,
Bombs two shots now. Top of the wing.
Sure, bro. Yeah.
you know, the biggest
Dead.
Halo ever, but because of that, it just never ended up coming to fruition.
I'm got bottom
Overshield
center now with the
available.
last. Gonna go for bomb.
Shields on the field.
Got
Bomb
trust this guy
taken.
bottom mid. He's regular.
You mean like a battle royale? Word has it that there has been something in development that just hasn't released yet, that they're doing a Halo battle royale. So, I mean, for me personally,
Top wing.
you know, I am sick and tired of battle royale.
I don't know
I mean, was Halo the perfect game for a battle royale? Yes.
It sucks. Dude.
But, you know, everybody's saying we need a battle royale, we need a battle royale. That's just like, ugh.
Gonna throw it off the edge. One's going top their tower.
They're resetting ball.
Bomb reset. Objective incoming.
Stand by. Power weapons.
Top of their tower.
I want them.
Top their spirals there. Their spirals there. One hit.
Ready.
Power
better
weapons
now.
have arrived.
Top of their armory, I think.
Yeah, yep, you're right. By jumping.
Flashing grenades
Out of their
available.
armory, out of their armory. There's
Two
two
bottom.
One's one shot. There's one top mid. Or
Bomb
there's
taken.
under their armory now.
Two bottom the armory.
Yeah, I mean, at this point right now, just let Fortnite and Apex and a few of the other games do what they do. It's like, you know,
Red tower, red tower.
There's snipe side.
I got one in their tower. Got a sniper here. On their armory. Sniper on their armory. There's fire. There's sniper. Two bottom mid now. On their base. Bottom mid door.
Carrier kill.
I am playing like ass right now.
Two dead right now. One dead right now.
Overshield available.
Go get that ball out of here, guys.
Their wing, our wing is one.
Explosives successfully deployed.
Guys got a list here in front of our base.
I hear that some people say that Halo should go to PS5, but I don't think it will ever. No, it's gonna happen.
Bomb taken.
Top our tower right
Back of
now.
our base.
Top our armory, one shot. Front of our base, our bonfire. And top our base. One dead right now.
We can blind it, yeah. Dropping the ball, they know they're there. Gotta be a little sneaky with it.
One's coming up on you. Top of their base. Top of their straight there. One's on their elbow. Their front snipe. 2 shots right now. Bottom front of their base. Bottom front of their base.
Double
Weak in front.
kill.
One top of their base right now. Back top of their base. Top of their base. One here. Top of their base. Top of their base.
Bomb taken.
Can't look at
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
back of their base.
that's for sure. If MCC comes to PS5, that's gonna be a lot of, or to PlayStation, that's gonna be a lot of people playing it. Like the game's gonna get a boost of players.
Their tower's five.
This guy's one shot dead.
High caliber carnage.
Bomb
I'm one shot.
taken.
I'm one shot. I'm going in with there. One shot on their back elbow. Or their downstairs. One dead right now. Bottom of their base.
Bomb taken.
Bottom of their base.
Big bottom of their base.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, Halo Infinite is the ultimate free-to-play game for Halo, so you don't even need an Xbox Live membership. So
Kill.
Play ball, he said.
Fire.
Good job.
so I think it's definitely should be.
There's one still elbow though. One's looking at me.
The
Dude.
objective.
Oh, fucking in the
Ah,
back.
dude. One dead, one dead. Two dead, two dead.
Okay, he's gonna.
Top their base.
Lead allergy confirmed.
Bottom mid, one shot. Go front of their base.
Fucking A.
Another one front of their base. That's 3 dead. Last guy's in middle. 3 dead again. 3 dead again.
Get the objective.
Enemy shields down.
2 dead now. 2 dead for them.
Bomb taken.
One hiding on their tower now. On their top tower. Their top tower just dropped.
One
down.
shot,
Come on.
one shot tower.
Dead. That guy's dead. Top their base, top their base. This guy's dead too. Where, please? How, where?
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna happen. We have 1 month until the next Xbox showcase, guys. So that would be the perfect time for them to make that announcement.
Bomb reset.
We know Gears is coming to PlayStation.
Incoming. Objective ready.
We know Gears is coming to PlayStation.
One dead right now.
So why not Halo?
Top of their tower. Top of their bait.
Bomb
Okay.
taken.
Oh, we're so fucking clueless.
Oh. He's out. It's weak, am I?
Yeah, Gears is gonna do it, but Halo owned by Microsoft, so how would Halo make it to PS5?
Fucking tower, dude. Jesus Christ.
Well, since Microsoft owns it, they can do what they want with it, including making it go to PS5.
One dead. To our armory cord.
Overshield inbound.
One dead. Up our base. Our armory down. One shot dead. Another one armory cord. Right behind bomb. Weak.
Overshield
now.
available.
Fuck.
Bomb
Their elbow.
Gears is owned by Microsoft too, so
carrier kill.
Their elbow. Still their
you know,
elbow, still
basically
their
you turn it to a third-party game, and wham bam, there you go.
Fire.
Their wing, one shot, top middle, bottom middle, one shot. Their elbow again.
I'm
Elbow's
planting,
dead.
planting.
Bomb arming.
I'm dead, I'm dead.
Bomb drop.
I'm dead now, dude. It's right there.
Oh, we got it. Oh,
I'm dead right now.
Bomb.
One dead still.
Your team
sacrificed
scored.
our whole team for that bomb.
Objective incoming.
Ah, he's in the middle. My ball.
Power weapons on the way.
He's still there. Weak, two shots. Bombs, two shots. One top our. Dude, top our fucking armory, man. In our base.
Confirmed.
One dead right now. Inside our
Enemy
base.
is weak to bullets.
Still one
Power
dead.
weapons
Still inside our
available.
base. Our sniper's up right now. Guy's dead.
Bomb taken.
Dude, I got sniped from their tower. One dead right now.
Our tower, he's in our tower. Actually, bottom tower.
Enemy
Drop
there.
down.
Underneath our base, bottom our tower, in our basement, our tower basement right now.
One shot, my ass.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh yeah, it's happening. We're coming to a point where consoles. Yeah, I hope so.
One dead still.
I hope so.
Bomb taken.
I mean, when you look at games like, for instance, Devil May Cry used to be PlayStation exclusive at one point.
On base, on the arm spot.
So
Top our base, right now, dude. There should be one bottom our base.
it's happening. I mean, Nintendo are the only ones that are hard-headed on this subject, but rightfully so, because if you think about Nintendo, if it wasn't for their exclusives,
Spotted.
you know, where would Nintendo be?
Who else is chasing our guy here, my tower?
Yeah, he's dead. Up top tower, top tower.
In my sights. Enemy there.
Got him, I got him.
What the fuck? Come on.
Target spotted.
In their front bonfire.
If PC parts were far cheaper than in current retail, they definitely agree consoles give consoles a run for their money, and they're arguably more readily accessible too. Yeah. Right now, pre-builds you can get a damn good build for a damn good price.
Enemy there.
That puts console power to
I'm
shame.
dead right now, they're pushing it.
Even an older build would put console power to
Fucking
shame.
bounce snipe side.
He's on, I don't know, middle, I guess.
Nope, he's in our elbow. He's in our elbow right now. Back snipe right now. Two shots
Back
with the
sniper.
bomb. Inside of our base. Front of our base right now.
Who said that, boy?
It's not gone, it's not off the edge. Get one shot.
Yeah.
Four dead, throw it
Four
off.
dead. Yeah, good
Or
job.
just hold it.
1 minute
hold
remaining.
it.
Nah, good, you can hold it.
Come on! I couldn't get the headshot, that motherfucker!
I got one time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to continue to make the jump to
One
PC.
underneath me, right underneath me.
Middle, one shot.
Carrier kill.
Guy's dead.
Bomb taken.
There you go. Yeah, hide there, that's good.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, shit.
Come the fuck on.
Target spotted.
There's one like above me or something.
I got one of them. Yeah, I got them both of them. You're good.
Overshield over here.
No, yeah.
Items have
No, consoles are not as convenient. And the thing is, people are just becoming more familiar with PC now. Simple as that.
Yeah, he's got it.
In my sights.
He should have at least lost his shield.
Victory.
There we go.
Call, you want to party up with Raccoon and I?
No, nothing beats an optimized PC title. If a title is truly optimized to do what PC is capable of doing, it's not even close. Not even close. And if you look at the games, if you look at old school games that are available on Steam now, they'll run better on PC than any other console. If GTA 6 is optimized well for PC, it's curtains. Yeah. I think that's why it's going to take another year for it to come out on PC. I wish I would have had the money for a PC, but they are so expensive. That's true. Let me ask you something. What's your budget? I'll ask you right now, because years ago I didn't know shit about PC, but I recently got more educated. So, what's your budget? Like, if you had to spend money on such and such, like, how much money do you want to spend? Plus, pre-builds, especially ever since the COVID time, really came a long way. Like, you'd get them for cheaper. But it depends on the company that you're getting them from. Yeah, if GTA 6 ends up being completely like really well optimized, that's gonna be something. But when GTA 6 drops, so many people are gonna get it like on their console. That's just the way it is. $1,000 for max budget, dude. You can. Oh my god! The other day on I'm gonna look this up for you, because I know for a fact there's two places, but one specifically that would be perfect for you. Hold on. Oh, and this place that I'm going to give you the link to has a lifetime warranty, by the way. So let's say ready to ship, so that way you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so there's one right now that I'm looking at. Let me see. It's an AMD Ryzen. Let's see. I'm not as familiar with Ryzen as I am with Intel. So let me see here. There's one right now that I'm looking at that's 1100. So it's only $100 more than what you want. And let's see, what does it have here? I'm gonna look at the specs. Let's see. Okay. The CPU is a Ryzen 5 5600X, and then we've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is excellent. You got a 2 terabyte NVMe SSD for your storage. So that's and it's a SSD, so it's 2 terabytes, which is good. And what do we got here? What is the and the GPU is in Radeon RX 660 6600 white. So now if this was Intel, I'd be a little bit more yeah, so this thing for 1100, he's getting a Ryzen 5 5600X. He's got 32 gigabytes of RAM at 3600 DDR4, which is as fast as mine. 2 terabytes of NVMe SSD, which is twice as much as mine. And then I don't know, like I have to look at gaming PC. Let me look at Intel, because I'm so much more familiar with Intel with their specs. Let's see. Oh, there's 2 I'm looking at right now. One is for 928 and another one for 958. So let's look at the 958, because usually, a little bit more is better. So the 958, you're getting okay, an i5 3400F, which is a generation better than mine. you're getting 16 gigabytes of DDR5, but 16 gigs is all you need. 1 terabyte of NVMe, that's fine. And then your GPU is an RX 7600. I don't know how good that graphics card is exactly, but everything else is pretty much up to par for $1,000. So the CPU is fine. The GPU is a which I'm not as familiar with. It's an RX 7600. It's akin to a 3070, 3080, bro. You're getting about a build as good as mine, like more or less equivalent to mine for less than half the price.
We have the ball. Ball drop.
Oh, also another thing, PCs last longer, by the way. Like if you get a PC, it's gonna last you longer than 1 or 2 generations of console.
Inbound.
So all that for $1,000 right there. I'd say you're in a good spot right there for that. I mean, I think the chat here knows PC specs with certain things even better than I do. So, so that build right there, dude. Right. Well, if you got a PS5, stick with it for now. But eventually, you know, the PCs are only going to get better, not just with price, but with specs as well. Because, you know, they get... You know, the parts are going to become a lot more affordable because of time and then become more powerful. So...
We have the ball. Ball drop. We have the ball. Target spotted. Ball drop. Perfect.
So yeah, whenever you're ready to, like, Alexander PC and iBuyPower are really good. Like, I got mine from iBuyPower, so... And Alexander PC's got some really good deals as well. And they've got lifetime warranty. So I would go with those guys. And they've been really... And on top of that, there's a content creator out there that, like, you can tell them what your budget is, what your, you know, what you want to do with it, etc., etc. And he'll get you the best PC possible from a lot of these places or whatnot. And he'll tell you what they'll do for you, like what the parts are good for and all that. So he goes by Braethorn, and that's how I got my PC. So yeah, Alan's got a Ryzen 7 4070 Super. That's a really good build.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Hostile carrier down. Oddball obtained. Bring it on.
Ball dropped.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't need anything above 1080 if you think about it. 1440 is a nice, you know, but you don't really need 1080. You know, drop your shit down to 1080 and you'll get high frames. You know, get the graphics up to lower medium settings, which is more than enough for what you need, and then wham bam.
There's more.
You know, you're gonna get a ton of frames.
360. Double kill. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
In a hail of gunfire.
Damn it.
We have the ball. Halfway to victory. Ball dropped.
Inbound.
Perfect. Enemy has the ball.
Mainly purchase it for your PS5. I play on 2000 OLED too. So yeah, I mean, once you get to 120 hertz, you're fine. You know, I mean, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why you don't need the most powerful system. I mean, 120 FPS is fine. You technically don't need more than that. So again, it all depends on what you're using it for, you know? So
Enemy perforated.
Double kill. We have the ball.
fuck me. What are my thoughts about Steam Deck? I mean, I don't have one personally, and I've looked very little into it. All I know is that it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I've got a 240 hertz monitor. I actually got it like I got it for a good deal. It was like post Black Friday or some shit. Normally, it's a 1080, but it goes up to 240 hertz. So, like, I bought like it was normally 300, and I got it for like a $1.50 or some shit. No, I'm sorry, or a $1.80. So from Amazon. Amazon's got all sorts of good shit on monitors. So the first monitor I bought though was a 1440p from Best Buy for like $500, and it's the one that I'm looking at right now. Not to game, but to talk to you guys on the software. I wouldn't say 60 hertz is detrimental, but when you're talking about a competitive shooter, you know, you want 120. Anything above that is really, in my opinion, overkill.
Ball reset.
I personally don't see the difference, or feel the difference for that matter. So I still think 60 hertz is good, as long as it's like a stable 60 hertz, but you know, it also depends on what game you're playing, you know? Shit.
Active camo available.
Good kill. Double kill. In my sights.
Deploying praise. You
Get the ball.
warrior.
Pick up the ball.
Ball reset. Ball incoming.
The objective of the game is to win. You can definitely tell a difference between 60. Yeah, between 60 and 120, yes. Yes, that is correct. But after 120, you can't tell too much of a difference, if at all, for anything higher. Yeah, when I first saw 120, I got my Series X, right? And I already had the monitor, right? And I had about 30 minutes or so before I had to leave for work, right? So I said, well, I don't have time. And I'm like, fuck it. Yes, I do have time. So I hooked it up and I played it because I just wanted to see what the fuss was all about with high frame rates. And let's put it this way. I almost didn't want to go to work. I booted up the Master Chief Collection because it was optimized, right? So I booted up the Master Chief Collection on the Series X. And and as soon as I saw my character move, I was like, holy shit, this is what PC players were talking about. Like 120 hertz for the first time with my experience was a holy shit moment. I was like, oh my god. So this is what they were talking about because of how smooth it actually is. So, and I almost didn't go to work. I almost didn't go to work. I wanted to stay. But as soon as work was over, I came home and just played the shit out of it. And it was on 1440p, so it was like a really big treat. Because I'd never experienced 1440p either, so.
Round lost.
So yeah, the difference between 60 and 120 is, yeah. The first time you'll see 120, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Fight, Spartan.
MCC can, well, not on the Series X, but on a PC, yes. But you have to have a 4K monitor, which is still too expensive. I personally don't think you need anything above 1440p.
Active camo inbound.
1440p is fine. I think 4K gaming is a little overrated at this point right now, so. But for your casual gamer, that sounds good. It's like, wow, 4K, I get to play on 4K?
An ally has slain the carrier.
We have the ball.
Yeah, but you also need the problem with the TVs is that the response time is really not that good. That's why people do monitors. Monitors are built to last longer for one, and on top of that, you also need the response time. So.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Is weak to bullets.
And the cool thing about PC that you can do on a greater extent compared to console is you can like customize your experience. Like, do you want performance or do you want, you know, your visuals, you know, your graphics? You usually have to sacrifice FPS for graphics, or vice versa for, you know, performance, graphics for performance. But if you have a powerful enough machine, oh man, you could do both. But again, unfortunately, most things are just not as well optimized as they should be. So
Enemy team nearing victory. Ball dropped. We have the ball.
because in terms of what graphics cards are capable of doing, they're just, you know, not optimized enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, TVs are only going to get better. So, 3 milliseconds response time. I mean, it's decent, but you know, you want to go for 1. I mean, it depends on, you know, it depends on what you. I mean, the lower response time, the better. I mean, like you won't be able to feel too much of a difference. But when you're talking about a multiplayer shooter, 1 millisecond is where you want to be.
Enemy has the ball.
So whenever you look for a monitor, look for 1 millisecond response time, or the fastest ones are 0.5, but those are rare. So the more frames, lower response time. Well, remember, I mean, most people are not going to be able to tell that. Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you want to say if you die all the time because of that. I mean, one of my monitors during my monitor, which was my first monitor I ever bought, that was only a 60 hertz monitor from you know, that I bought for Amazon. I was playing, you know, Black Ops 3 on that, and it was just fine. You know, I was still whooping people's asses, but ultimately, it is more responsive when you have a 1 millisecond response time monitor. The only way you'll quote unquote feel it is if you play that much. Did we win that game? Didn't even pay attention. Did we win? No, we didn't. We lost. Fucking A. Dude, I don't consider myself that good. Honestly, I don't consider myself that good. You know, arcade shooters, I mean, because I spent so much time playing COD and all that kind of stuff, I got decent. See, here's the thing. Maybe your definition of good is different than my definition of good, because I have seen so many pros in terms of how they play. I've seen what the top 1% look like. And then it's like, okay, if I were to compare myself to that, even though there is no comparison because all I play is pubs. Well, I play ranked on here, but like if you ever watch a pro play this game, like if you were to go on, you know, Twitch and watch a pro player play this game in ranked, it is a sight to see. Especially when you see like what these guys are capable of doing against each other, which is like the top 1%. These guys are absolutely insane. This is one of the reasons why I keep saying to myself, okay, like, I know I can get better, but I'm doing something wrong with my aim, or maybe I'm not spending enough time, or maybe this, or maybe that, because I see what the pros are capable of doing. And I know they're not cheating. So it's like, you know, I see what the best of the best look like. And then I look at myself in comparison. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's like I am, you know, but when you're looking at the average population, maybe I'm above average at best, maybe, but it also depends on the game. Like if you're talking about X Defiant, when it comes to pubs, I'm like in the top, like in pubs, maybe a top 5 or a top 10% player, maybe. But obviously for competitive, I don't stand a chance because I don't know what the hell I'm doing on competitive. So, you know, having a good shot is not enough, because the knowledge that these pros have about the game is insane. And how well their spawn knowledge is insane. And their communication is insane. They probably do a great deal of drills, and I don't know. I mean, they have elite gaming sense, they know spawn. Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, let's put it this way. If I were, let's say we were playing pubs on X Defiant, right? And if we were playing a game of, like, let's say domination, and if there were pros on the other team, it would be the equivalent of the other team having an orbital VSAT up all the time, if not close to that. That's because of their communication skills and just how well they know the game from spawn knowledge and everything else. So, you know, imagine going up against players that have amazing gun skill like you do, right? So, like, it would be like, the best way to put it is a whole bunch of other me's on the other team using their M16s, elite spawn knowledge, game sense, and communication skills. You just can't compete with that. So, and there's very, very few, there's a very small number of people that just play that just play pubs but grind the shit out of them and are really good. There'd be, like, there's a very small percentage of those players that could compete against the pros. But again, the pros play a completely different game than we do, because competitive compared to pubs is like night and day. Yeah, well, remember, Call of Duty is rigged. If you were to go play ranked, it would be easier than playing pubs, because it's legit skill-based matchmaking versus engagement optimized matchmaking. So, you know, pros are insane. I remember seeing Snakebite, who was one of my favorite pros. Yep, Alan, you're 100% right. I remember seeing Snakebite, who's one of my favorite pros. He's like a top 5 player of all time in Halo, right? So on his stream, occasionally he used to do, I don't know if he does anymore, but what he used to do was, if somebody wanted to 1v1 him, it's like, okay, you know, I guess you make a small donation or whatever, and, you know, you'd play him. And I remember he was just chilling and talking to chat and would beat people 15-0. Like 15-0. Like, if you see Actman's original Halo Infinite video where he played against Lucid and was only able to get 1 kill, that just goes to show you the skill gap between a pro and a person that knows Halo to a casual or slightly above casual degree. And it was like, it was nothing. It wasn't even close. In COD, because it's easier to get a kill, you know, you'd at least get a few kills. You know, like if you look at Optic Gaming, they do these 1v1 versus fans, you know, and then get like $100 per kill against pro players. The pro players, you know, end up dying a few times, but in Halo, it doesn't work that way. In Halo, it's much harder to kill a pro of that level, of that skill level. And these players that are challenging the pros are good fucking players. Like, they're Onyx level players. And the pros shit on them. I remember beating people in fighting games without breaking a sweat. I miss those days. Yeah, I mean, these guys know the game inside and out, left and right. It's like they know exactly where you're going to spawn after they kill you. It's insane. I mean, why do you think Shotzi was able to beat all the other pros in a 1v1 in Halo 3 recently? Because they released a video on that, and Shotzi beat everybody. You know, because Shotzi, you know, he was barely able to walk when he played Halo 3, and, you know, he was put the controller in his hands and he just grinded the shit out of that game. It's like, so, and if you knew that game, you knew that game. So, which is incredible to see. When you see a game like that played on the highest level, it really is incredible to see. You know, you think you're good because you know, beat all your friends or whatever, and then you see what pros are able to do, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh shit, I ain't got nothing on these guys. So, I mean, these people play anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day. And one thing I will tell you, you know, I don't know if I told you guys this story, but I had yeah, it is surreal. You know, because, well, kids these days, because of how things are, a lot of them don't have to work. You know, especially if they're pro players, they don't have to work because because the money's there. Previously, money wasn't there, so they were either lucky and didn't have to work back in the day, or they had to work and play. So that's why kids these days are so good, because they can spend all day playing. They can make the game their life. So I was on break from work back during the Call of Duty Ghost days. I don't know if I shared this story, but I'll tell you. I was on break during the Call of Duty Ghost days from work. I took time off, and Call of Duty Ghosts came out, and you know, sometime later into the game, and I think I was, let's see, this was 2014, so 11 years ago. So I was like 28, 29, and so sometime in that game's life cycle, I take time off from work, like a considerable time off from work. And I decide that I am just going to play the shit out of the game, right? So I played 2 days. One day I played for 12 hours, and the other day I played for 15. And I can tell you I was tired. I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. But one thing I noticed, once I got past hour 4, hour 5, hour 6 of both of those days, I was a beam. It was very, very hard to miss. Like, my shot was so on point, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, I am just like dialed in and beaming in on these kids. And the only thing I could contribute it to was the amount of time that I spent playing. I was playing free for all and team deathmatch because those were my modes typically, and I was beaming kids like you wouldn't believe it. All I was doing was watching videos on the game or streams and just grinding the shit out of it, just, you know. And after about hour 4, hour 5, hour 6, it was like I was on a completely different level. So I think to myself, I'm like, okay, if these pros, right, are playing this game for an average of 8 to 12 hours a day for 6 days a week, and on top of that, they're not just working on their shot, but they're also working on other aspects of the game, right? I'm like, that alone tells you right there that, like, someone like me, it's got nothing on these guys. You know, simple as that. It's like, these guys don't miss is literally it's not an exaggeration. When they say they don't miss, they don't miss. So if you end up in a position to where you can play for 8 to 12 hours a day on a regular basis, 5, 6 days a week, it's going to show in your gameplay one day, sooner or later. But the trick is, you have to, whatever it is that you're practicing, you have to do it right. Because if you're just spending a shit ton of time playing the game, but if you're doing something wrong, you're never going to get better. So whatever it is that you're doing, you have to do it right. Because I've run into max prestige level 1000s in Black Ops 3, for instance, and not all of them were good players. As a matter of fact, the majority of them were very average. They just played the game a lot, right? Because they loved it. But they were still making the same mistakes as before. They were never addressing them. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you really want to get better, it's not just about the time you put in, but it's also about working on the stuff and making corrections. You do those two things, you're going to be a serious contender. So when you look at people, for instance, that have been playing the Master Chief Collection, you know, you've been gaming since 1985, you're tired and old. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, also, you know, multiplayer gaming didn't even start to take place until the late 1990s, when the internet became a thing. And back then, the only place you had access to was PC, and it was Quake 3 Arena. That's it. So what are we contending for? What do you mean? I was just explaining them like I was just explaining to them like how good pros are, and I was literally giving them a perfect example. So, and what those guys go into it, and something that I did once that like really like made me think like holy shit. So it really is insane. Like any type of game you see, if there's a pro level player out there, if there's a pro playing that game, like it's not even close, dude. It's not even close. But there are a handful of players that are not pros that can compete. So, oh yeah, it is a lot more than people think. Most people just think, yeah, you play the game for so long. It's like, well, it's not just about time. It's about how you spend that time and making corrections. So, no, pro does not mean streamer. Definitely not. Definitely not. Back in the day when we didn't know any better, that's what we thought. But we were so wrong. Infinite is the most compelling esport in your opinion? I mean, in terms of console multiplayer, I mean, the skill gap is so wide, you know, with Halo compared to COD, with all due respect. We're going to see what Splitgate does. But in terms of like a pure console shooter that's by default made for console, Halo's skill gap is very wide. And the sad thing, Nightfall, is that now even a lot of streamers, they're cheating nowadays, which is really fucking sad to see. And so many people think that those guys are legit, and I'm like, are you serious? It's like roids, you know? It's like you look at a person, you know, people that don't know fitness and don't know what it takes to look a certain way, and the age and all that, all those factors. So many people today, the vast majority of the population, guys, believe that Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, you know, he's over 50 years old. They think he's natural. And if you knew what you were talking about, you would just laugh at that shit.
Assault. Neutral bomb.
Yeah. Oh, and I heard that Activision is putting a cease and desist on Cronus's, which is really nice. If that's true. Decoy made a video on it, and I hope it's true, for COD's sake. Too bad. I don't know if it's going to be true for Halo or not. I mean, I would like to see that come true, but... yeah.
High caliber carnage.
Bomb taken.
Yeah, so... yeah, so many people think that he's natural. Because they don't know any better. You know what I mean?
I'm inside. Oh, how did they? God damn it.
And then you got people out there that know their shit that are basically saying that he's not just on testosterone, he's on other shit too.
Bomb taken.
Our sniper.
You know.
Target spotted.
Come on, you're so lucky, kid.
Right, there's a sniper right here. Okay. Look at this bitch. God, I suck with this thing. I killed him though.
I don't know. Come on, I barely missed. If you recall, there was a period of when he was wearing the overshirt and track pants, and the surgery issues stemmed from steroid usage. I know in Warzone they have an EQ program essentially for wall hacks. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things for Warzone, but
One shot where I was.
Bomb army.
so many people don't care about Warzone anymore. At least not like they used to. I mean, the devs certainly don't. Well, or Activision certainly doesn't.
Why did everyone want to wait for the...
Enemy team scored. Objective incoming.
Oh my god.
Objective ready.
Hey, I don't care how many people hate me for saying this, but the more I hear that COD is not doing well, the happier I am, because that's what needs to happen to COD.
There you go.
Army. Bomb.
I made a video a long time ago saying skill-based matchmaking is a good thing, and for everybody that listened to me, they smiled at the end, because I didn't say what I didn't drop the mic until the very end, because it needs to die in order for it to be reborn again.
Bomb taken.
Oh, I would love for that to happen. But it's a perfect example of what happens when greed knows no bounds, you know what I mean?
Power weapons on the way.
Bomb taken.
One in our sniper.
They're like all over the center.
Yeah. I'm glad they're losing players.
They got our snipe.
I'll never play it again. You know, they're not I don't trust that company.
Nice. BR-75. Bomb taken.
I killed him.
EA's the same way, really.
And straight across.
How many times can you shoot a man before it grows tedious? I don't know. Hey, you got one of them. Okay, maybe I should back up and shoot instead of going towards them in order to get the kill. Whenever I'm in close quarters distance, I think that's what I'm doing wrong.
Objective.
Inbound.
Bomb taken.
Can you hear me right now?
Filter down.
Overshield available.
Yeah, I'm gonna score this bitch. We got two. God damn it.
Bomb army.
Oh, he's trying to snipe me.
Bomb drop.
I'm so close.
Bomb taken. Double kill.
Enemy perforated.
Damn it.
Bomb.
It's like if it doesn't directly lead to money, then they aren't interested. Yeah, that's true.
This tower.
That's true. Thankfully, there are still
Bomb.
good single player games out there and indie games. You know, I love what indie games are doing. You know, indie games are
With lethal precision.
Bomb taken.
I know. Titanfall 3 would have been awesome.
Bomb army.
Yeah.
There's more where that.
I think
Carrier kill.
One more ball. One more ball.
Bomb army. Carrier kill.
3 dead. 2 dead.
Bomb taken.
3 up. That ball out of there, man.
Target spotted. Kill.
yeah, I know, right?
Bomb taken.
Yes, it was. Angel, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Titanfall was great.
Bomb army.
Really?
Army. Carrier kill.
Available.
Perfect.
3 dead.
Bomb taken.
Still 3.
Zero sniper.
Damn it. Yeah, Madden is definitely a joke, but yet it sells every single year. You know, despite the fact that it's basically a cut and paste. And I don't even play Madden.
No, we're.
Bomb army. Bomb army.
No one wants to play anymore because it's not the same copy and paste from 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
Oh,
Literally, most of the card is the exact same recording, recycled garbage. Yeah, pretty much.
Objective incoming.
I heard through,
Ready.
like, create a game or something like that, people can actually create the next game just by making switches to the rosters. And that's all it basically is. Tecmo Bowl? Can't say much about that. Ooh, 63% accuracy? Damn. Damn. And the most damage on my team. Ha! That's another thing that I love about Halo. It's like it gives you credit for the amount of damage you inflict, which I like. And accuracy per match, which I like. It's like, hey, is my shot getting better or worse? Man, when we were in the 3rd grade, everything was better. When we were in the 3rd grade, everything was better. So if I had the financial means, I would try to resurrect 90s arcades or something like that. I would open up a big ass 90s arcade style place. You'd get food, you get your games, you get all that stuff, 90s music, you name it. Everything 90s themed. And I would just get arcade cabinets and they'd be all over the place. Anything to relive 1987 to 1992? Yeah. Good times, man, good times. Pizza Hut was good. Blockbuster was still around. Yeah, I don't like going to the doctors either. A pizza place had a Tekken 2 cabinet? That's cool. I remember one time I went to a random restaurant and they had Mortal Kombat 1 on the arcade cabinets. I thought that was epic. Oh, Nightfall, yeah. See, you see what I'm saying? 90s Pizza Hut. The closest thing right now in terms of thickness and the quality of the cheese is actually Jets. Jets actually reminds me of 90s Pizza Hut, but Jets is better.
Assault. Neutral bomb. Get the objective.
Oh, yeah, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I had that for the Genesis when it eventually came out. That was so good. There were so many versions of Street Fighter 2, it was ridiculous. And I owned most of them, if not all of them. I thought they were going to do the same thing with MK. The first TMNT arcade game, I remember that. There's a reason why I bought the Cowabunga collection.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
There's another one around here.
Perfect.
Nice.
Bomb taken.
A commendation is in order.
Shot over here. Nice, nice, nice.
Enemy perforated.
Damn it, there was somebody right there and I didn't even see him.
Enemy there.
There was a liquor store when I was in kindergarten that had Double Dragon. Ooh, I remember Double Dragon. You know, I made a video on this on my other channel, Jack's Arcade. Like, if you guys have ever played Shredder's Revenge, it's like the best arcade Turtles game since Turtles in Time, in my opinion.
Lead allergy confirmed.
Bomb reset. Objective.
Yep, same here. Yeah, Shredder's Revenge is incredible. For those of you guys that love classic arcade games, Shredder's Revenge is a pure love letter. It's like it's like 90s orgy. Like, you guys saw what they did with what's it called? Sonic Mania, right? Back in 2017?
Camo available.
Like, Shredder's Revenge, same exact thing. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Yeah, the SNES version sounded better because it had a better soundtrack. It just sounded better in my opinion. Shit, damn it. Yeah, I'll never forget Big Apple 3 a.m. As a matter of fact, my one of my alarm clocks is the first, you know, it's Big Apple 3 a.m. soundtrack from Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo. Come on, man. Yeah, and that's cool how Cowabunga Collection has both versions, which I particularly like. Because I never played the arcade, and I'm like, okay, the arcade is obviously more technically advanced, you know, because the arcade version is obviously, you know, capable of more, and I get that, but I still enjoy the SNES version better.
One's at our base. Yellow fridge, one shot. Enemy there! P1.
Soundtrack still hits to this day.
Active camo.
Carrier kill.
Active camo. Inbound.
And do you guys think that Donkey Kong Country 2 is one of the best platformers of all time?
Got camo, I'll get ball.
Legit question. Donkey Kong Country 2, do you guys think that is one of the best platformers of all time? The best in the series. More partial to the first. Well, of course you're more partial to the first because Donkey Kong Country 1 started it all.
There's the one in their base too.
Only played the first one? Okay. If you ever played Donkey Kong Country 2, holy shit. Like, they took the concept of what the first game was and then they just made the most out of it that they possibly could.
With lethal precision.
Yeah, I made a video about that as well.
Bomb taken.
Yes, he is. Cranky is the truth. I would love to see a prequel where Cranky is the protagonist, the main guy. I would love to see that. Like, they need to make a new Donkey Kong Country, but centered around Cranky. I want to see that badly. You know, and I wonder what he would be like gameplay-wise, because in the game, you know, he would talk shit. He'd be like, you guys got it easy. I'd get this done way faster than you guys, you know? I don't know too much about Donkey Kong Jr., to be honest. Donkey Kong 64 is perhaps my favorite platformer of all time, though. What was it? Was DK 64 really that good?
There's more where that came from.
Oh, of that time, yeah. I remember it had like an expansion pack or something like that because the game was so huge and that the cartridge was yellow. Can you confirm this?
Bomb taken.
Okay. Now, I have a legit question to ask for all of you OGs out there. Okay, this is legit, like a legit question. Do you guys prefer back in the day, did you guys prefer
Remaining.
Banjo-Kazooie or Mario 64? Honestly, like, what did your soul tell you? Forget about what's popular, but what did your soul tell you? Was Banjo-Kazooie better than Mario 64, or was Mario 64 better than Banjo-Kazooie? Mario 64 easily. That's why I was asking that, Nightfall, because a lot of people wouldn't consider Donkey Kong 64 a platformer. Like, in terms of when you look at the gameplay, it's like, it doesn't seem like it.
Bomb taken.
Never got into Banjo? Okay. Now, okay, so Mario 64 obviously is the better of the two. Okay. Now, would you guys support a Banjo-Kazooie remaster? Like, you can get the OG version on Game Pass, but like, would you guys support a Banjo-Kazooie remaster? Legit question.
Bomb taken.
Damn it. Never played it, but you'd consider it? Okay. For those who are nostalgic for it, sure, if it's done correctly, okay. I know that Toys for Bob would do a hell of a job with that. If they were hired to do that. I think Toys for Bob is doing a Spyro 4 right now, actually. The original G-rated Conquer.
Objective.
You're talking about M-rated, right?
Objective ready.
Hostile.
Fuck. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about how Conker's Bad Fur Day was just an M-rated, you know, big-time M-rated game.
Objective.
But what made it? What made them turn it into an M-rated game?
Get the objective.
Like, yeah, I wonder what happened with that.
Bomb taken.
Shit, not a good place to be. Huh? Oh, got it.
Bomb
I
taken.
remember reading an article's development many moons ago. Cool.
Active camo. Inbound. Active camo. Available. Enemy perforated.
Killed camo guy.
Bomb taken.
There's more where that came from. Thrusting at maximum.
Double kill.
Alright, take it. There's 3 dead. They coming from the other side. I'm here. Target spotted! There's one back here. 2. 2 feet back here, guys. One's dead. Nice, 3 dead. Planet. Still 3
Bomb
dead.
army.
Still 3. Planet.
Bomb dropped.
Oh, fuck. 4 dead. Respond.
Bomb taken. Carrier kill.
My grenade.
Bomb taken. Bomb
Smash Brothers is another good game too. Yeah, Smash Brothers is that franchise that's putting everything in there and doing it right. Yeah, Smash Brothers Melee, that thing was, or Brawl, or whichever one it was. Like it was,
Nice.
Bomb dropped. Bomb taken.
that game was all over the place. Like all the kids loved it. If you watched wrestling back in the day, you would always see a commercial for Smash Brothers.
Fridge. Still fridge.
30 seconds remaining.
Nice.
Lead allergy
Grab it.
confirmed.
Bomb taken.
Active camo. Inbound. There's more where that
One here.
Fuck, he's one shot. Fuck!
One here.
Bomb army. Bomb dropped.
Ah!
Bomb taken. Overtime.
Active camo here. Yeah, that camo. Okay, got it.
Sit down.
Camo's right here.
Bomb taken.
Fuck.
Camo's dead.
I remember going to my friend's house when the game released and staying up late until the morning. I walked home in a haze, but thoroughly satisfied. Yeah. What's the game that you guys remember that you just couldn't put down? Like if there's any game that you remember that you just could not put the fuck down no matter what. To where like your parents had to threaten you to put it down. You know, is there any particular memory that you guys have? Fuck. Several?
Bomb taken. Bomb taken.
Vice City, Kingdom Hearts, Oblivion. Okay, so Alan, for you, Oblivion Remastered must be like pure joy for you,
Bomb taken.
right?
Bomb taken.
Active camo available.
Bomb army.
Nice grenade.
Enemy perforated.
Fuck.
Bomb armed.
Nice try.
Defeat. Enemy
GTA 3, Chrono Trigger. I've seen so many people's lists that Chrono Trigger was the #1 SNES game ever, and I didn't even play Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger, Super Mario Brothers 3. Yep, I agree. Street Fighter 2, correct. King of Fighters 98. Never played it. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yep. Out of This World, Flashback, Need for Speed, Burnout Paradise. Need for Speed Most Wanted was my personal favorite. GTA 3, of course, but they updated the Game Pass version, disabled DLSS and frame gen. So I uninstalled and canceled Game Pass. Really? See, that's what happens when you do certain things to your OG games that just don't work. Much results. Let me look at my... What was my damage? Okay. Almost 7,000. I remember waking up at 3 in the morning to play SMB3 in 90 and having my mom march me back into my bed. I woke her up playing it in the living room. I'd never been so terrified. LOL. I bet you your weekends were... did your mom let you stay up late on weekends? Hey guys, in the chat, type 1 if your parents allowed you to stay up as late as you wanted on weekends back in the day. Type 1 if that was the case. Quiet Sunday? Only on weekends? 9:30? I got Angel over here typing 1. I got Alan typing 1. Yeah, we're cut from the same thread there. Man, Quiet Sunday, you had it rough. I bet there were so many times where we wanted to stay up really late to play. That was her. Yeah, I know. If it was up to you, you'd probably stay up. That was her me time. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, everybody's situation was a little bit different. Once I hit 12 or 13, I could stay up as long as I wanted, as long as I didn't affect me the next day. Gotcha. But we all know that it did affect us the next day, but we did it anyway. Like back in the day, Friday, unless it was a 3-day weekend, Friday was like our favorite day, right? Because we knew we didn't have to go to bed early. And yeah, if things were a little bit different with me, I would have had so many blockbuster legendary days on Fridays. I would have had amazing legendary blockbuster days back when Blockbuster was a thing. It's my favorite day now. Yeah. Well, for me, that's literally today because I'm off on Sunday. So that would be today. So, and then during the off season, it's a little bit different. So I'll be happier than a pig in shit if I can move because I got very specific situations that I have to handle. But if I can move after 3 months or so, or 4 months, if I could move to a better place, I would be happier than a pig in shit. But one of the things that I'm also going to do, especially if I move, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to gift myself something. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in my room. You know what I'm going to put in my room? And you guys are going to see it in the webcam when I turn the webcam back on, when if I do move. I'm going to get the Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet from One Up Arcades. You know, it's got MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate MK3. I'm going to get that. I'm going to gift that to myself. And, you know, if there were three arcade One Up cabinets that I would get, it would be MK, the Mortal Kombat, obviously, and then after that, it's gonna be it would be Street Fighter, and then Killer Instinct.
Bomb taken.
With precision.
Yeah, I don't know. Do the One Up arcade cabinets have the Marvel vs. Capcom ones? But you've got the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection though. I wish I could get the MVC 2 cabinets for prevented this yesterday. Got it. So, oh, I didn't know that. I know they had Street Fighter. But yeah, I mean, for me, those are the 4 cabinets that I would get, just as a reminder of my childhood arcade days. So.
Bomb taken.
Those are the games that I would get. Like I would like, yeah. Oh come on, damn it! I didn't realize I thought I was next to the stairs instead of the wall. Fuck.
Bomb dropped.
So yeah, those are the cabinets that I would get: the Killer Instinct, the Street Fighter, the Mortal Kombat, and I think that's it. But the Mortal Kombat one is the one that's like, without question, for me.
Double kill.
A commendation is in order. Active camo inbound.
Bomb taken.
Active camo available.
I remember my first Street Fighter Hadouken my way to beat my ass.
Bomb dropped.
Yeah, everybody was spamming Hadoukens back in the day.
In my sights. Target spotted.
Yeah, your dad? Yeah. No, back in the day, see, that's how big Street Fighter was. Everybody was playing it. Kids with their parents, you know, kids with their friends. And it wasn't violent and gory like Mortal Kombat was, so it was the game that was, like, perfect for kids.
Bomb taken. Target spotted. Bomb taken.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
Bomb taken.
Lead allergy confirmed.
In my sights.
So in your guys, if you guys had an arcade setup, would you rather have a pool table or an air hockey table? Legit question.
Bomb taken.
Damn it, why did I jump? I shouldn't have jumped. Air hockey.
Bomb taken.
I'd rather get good at pool. Pool could be an addictive game, man, I'm telling you. Foosball? I knew somebody was gonna say foosball. I knew it.
In a hail of gunfire. Active camo available.
Enemy there.
I know foosball is more popular overseas.
Bomb dropped. Bomb taken.
Dartboard? Okay.
Bomb taken.
Fuck. How is he strafing that fast?
Bomb taken.
In my sights.
Did you guys play Tron back in the day?
Allergy confirmed.
Because, like, for one, I'm looking forward to Tron Ares when that comes out, because it looks so fucking good. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a soft spot for Tron Legacy.
Bomb armed.
There's more great
Damn it. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that shit. Did you guys see the teaser for Tron Ares? That looks so damn good.
Objective ready. Get the objective. Bomb taken. One down. Enemy shield.
active camo inbound.
Watch the base.
Bomb taken.
Available.
Like, they could have done better with Jeff Bridges' face with the CG, but it was 2009. So we'll see how it is this time. Fuck, I can't believe I missed that.
Bomb army.
Damn it!
Enemy team nearing victory. Objective incoming. Objective ready.
Maybe outslaying them, but they're outscoring us, so...
In a hail of gunfire.
Good shit, teammate. Damn it! Weak. So, kind of a controversial question. Do you guys think that Ed Boon should retire from making Mortal Kombat games? And just pass the torch?
Bomb taken. Bomb taken.
Active camo inbound. Active camo available.
Bomb drop.
I don't have an opinion on that. I never played much MK.
Bomb taken.
John Tobias? John Tobias hasn't been a part of the team since after Mortal Kombat 4. Come on. I heard well, it was, but then it got better. Kind of like Halo Infinite in a sense.
Bomb.
That's what I heard.
Bomb armed. Enemy team scored. Defeat.
It is technically Ed Boon's baby, yes. I don't know if he sold part of the rights to Warner Brothers. I'm not sure. That was my damage. Damage was solid. Best in lobby. I don't want Ed Boon to, you know, I want Ed Boon to leave it to the right person. When that time comes. So, from the 90s, guys, from the 90s, what is your personal favorite Mortal Kombat game? Personal favorite MK game from the 90s? I want to know. And these conversations that we're having on stream are like perfect for Jack's Arcade. But seriously though, like favorite / best MK from the 90s. For those that played. Or how about this? I'll make it easy. Scorpion or Sub-Zero? Are you guys more Scorpion fans or Sub-Zero fans? All right, I got, okay, Scorpion. Yeah, he is the poster boy, isn't he? They still need to make a Scorpion and Sub-Zero Fire and Ice, or yeah. Okay, so on the 64, you probably played MK Trilogy. That's probably the one that you played. As far as the OG ones are concerned. So you probably played Trilogy, you probably played Gold, and you probably played 4. Because those were the ones that were also released on the N64. Was Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat 4, and Mortal Kombat Gold. Yeah, Trilogy was basically Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 with extra DLC, basically. That's all it was. It's an expansion. I still remember the day when I first played Killer Instinct. I also made a video on my other channel about Primal Rage that actually got a good amount of views. I miss Primal Rage. What's up, iColby? Have you ever tried Destiny? Probably my favorite game right now. I played Destiny 1 and I played some of Destiny 2, but for me it just got too repetitive. It wasn't for me. I also didn't like the fact that the multiplayer, you know, was just so imbalanced. You know, and I wasn't, you know, everything just got too repetitive for me as far as Destiny goes. But I totally get why people like it, you know, and how people like it and all that stuff. I get it. Just wasn't for me. Free from Destiny's grab shortly after the final shape. I was loyal up to that point. I see something on Twitter or X. Basically, one of the guys that reviewed Doom: The Dark Ages said, you know, the combat's good and all, but, you know, the repetitive level design, you know, holds the game back. And I'm like, shut the hell up. Yes, it is. Doom has done a great job with its franchise. Simple as that. Yeah, the 2016 brought people back, and then Eternal made it even better, and then now with Dark Ages, it's like, you know. Yeah, when GTA 6 drops, I bet you there's going to be so many people calling off from work, it's going to be ridiculous. I asked a close friend of mine what he thinks will happen when the game drops. He replied, so I said, what do you think is going to happen when GTA 6 drops? He replied, the world will shut down for like a week straight. Everyone will buy some weed, beer, and soda, order pizza and snacks, and the world will be at peace for a week. I thought that was quite an interesting response. Everything about that, sans the weed and beer, is true for me.
Slayer.
I bet you some people right now have already, for the people that are able to do PTO at work, paid time off, I bet you some of those people have already basically put in PTO for that day. It's like you're putting in PTO in a year in advance.
Kill everything that moves. If it continues to move, kill it harder.
Enemy.
Like those guys are, like they're gonna grind the shit out of that game. People are not gonna be living in life because they'll be too busy for GTA 6. I have nearly 200 hours of PTO right now from one of my jobs. Even though I'm not a GTA guy, I have like nearly 200 hours. Fuck! I need to stop doing that. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be historic, no doubt about it. I think the game is gonna be... I think it's gonna take longer to beat than a week.
Double kill.
Target spotted.
There was one point in time where I was working a lot of hours and then I just never used PTO, so that's how it accumulated. But even though I take a decent amount of it, it always ends up being around the 200 mark. Ha! Look at this guy's gamer tag. Did I poo today?
Quantum translocator available.
Smoking a cigar for one that didn't make it.
High caliber carnage. Camo inbound.
Nice.
Camo available. Enemy perforated.
Target spotted.
S7 sniper inbound. S7 sniper available.
Taking cover.
Damn it, I was stuck next to the damn wall. Tried to strafe. Is that guy really gonna stay on nest?
Enemy halfway to victory.
Translocator inbound. Translocator available. Enemy
Okay.
perforated.
Spot their shield.
There's more where that came from.
Ooh, I won me a sniper.
Gained the lead.
I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself a competitive player. I just want to play pubs and just enjoy the game and make content on it. And hopefully my channel will grow from that. We'll see.
Lost the
So far, X Defiant has been like the best game ever for my channel, and you know, obviously that went down. So
Active camo
But in competing tournaments, I mean, no. Those, you know, people who compete in tournaments, you gotta,
Available.
you know, first of all, my ass is too old. And on top of that, you know, there's just not enough time in a day. Splitgate is an upcoming shooter. Have you heard of the rumor of the new Halo? How it will be Combat Evolved reboot in UE5? I'm not opposed to that. I think Combat Evolved was a great game. But we'll see what changes they implement. It's all about gameplay, so if the gameplay is addictive and the gameplay is good, then, you know, and if the sandbox is good, then it should be good, but... Lucky little bastard.
Power items en route.
Target spotted. Enemy there.
In a hail of gunfire.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Power items on the field.
You want a classic mode with no sprint? I mean, I wouldn't mind that either, as long as the speed of the regular default movement was sped up. I mean, Quake and Doom pretty much proved that you really don't need sprint.
Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets.
I thought he stuck me.
Five minutes remaining.
Condolence postcard. Dispatched to enemy family.
Double kill.
Oh shit, surrounded. Well, the problem with having a the problem with having a you know, those is, you know, how are you going to make the hitboxes work, you know? I mean, granted, they did it back in the day, but in competitive, there's a reason why people never played as an elite. You know, because the hitboxes were larger and it was, you know, it was cool to have, but it was still, you know, you were at a disadvantage if you were playing as an elite. We lost? Oh, the guy on the last guy and that guy struggled. Went 5 and 13. Good thing about old Halo is that the maps were made with no sprint in mind, so even though movement was slow, gameplay was still fast. That is correct. That is definitely correct. You are not wrong. The thing about classic Halo was that, like, if you made a mistake, you know, going to a certain part of the map or whatever, you pay for it dearly, you know, because you couldn't sprint yourself out of there, you know? So.
Strongholds.
Capture and hold. 2 zones to score.
Fuck.
Your team scoring.
I got to be a content creator for Splitgate 1 and I only had 5 subs, and then you would upload a lot, so I have the whole role in the Discord. What do you mean?
Stronghold Charlie. Lost.
Ah, gotcha.
Captured Alpha.
In my sights. Target spotted.
Well, we'll see what the game does eventually.
In my sights.
There's two of them back there. Shit.
In my sights. We've lost a teammate.
The enemy has captured Bravo.
Enemy team scoring.
Enemy there.
Active camo. Inbound. Confirmed. The enemy is weak to bullets. Camo. Available.
About to say. Really? Splitgate 1 had a content creator program? And an exclusive chat to talk about content, and you could self-promo in the Discord. Self-promoing in pretty much anything really doesn't do much nowadays.
Enemy there.
There's more where that came from.
Enemy team scoring.
Target spotted.
Shock rifle inbound.
Your team scoring.
Oh!
Kill. Enemy there.
Shock rifle available. Bravo. Lost.
Enemy team scoring.
Enemy there.
Target spotted.
Target spotted.
Stronghold Bravo is armed.
Your team scoring.
Okay.
Got camo.
Active camo inbound. The enemy has captured Charlie.
Killing
Okay, I'll take that.
spree.
Active camo available.
Oh, you had to be there, didn't you? Oh, one of them quit? No wonder.
They're under us.
Old Lemons? Clever name.
Halfway to victory.
Stronghold Alpha is ours. Stronghold Charlie lost. Stronghold Alpha lost.
Well, those guys on the other team are doing pretty good. Heading to bed also, waiting until we have a new game to play. Yeah, we're almost there. Less than 2 weeks, man.
Enemy has captured Charlie.
Enemy team scoring.
Thank you for joining me on this very late day or morning or wherever you guys are from. Shit. Damn.
Your team scoring.
Good shit, teammate.
Assault rifle inbound. Active camo inbound.
Eyes up!
Available. Active camo available.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes.
Zone seized.
Okay, teabagging that guy, easy kill.
Weak to bullets.
Nearing victory.
There's more where that came from. The zone is ours.
Victory.
Teabagging left and right. All right, guys, I am going to call it a stream. I'm going to have myself a little snack, and then I'm going to hit the hay for a little more because I slept a few hours and then woke up, couldn't sleep again, and decided to stream. So I'll see you guys on the next stream. Could be later today or tomorrow, depending on how you look at it. So thank you for joining me. And yeah, 12 days, 11 days left till Splitgate 2. So not much longer. We're almost there, guys. Have yourselves a good day or a good night. I enjoyed talking to everybody. And I'll see you later.